Hello, greetings, my friends. This is Gilles. I wanted to come and wish you a happy Sunday. For it is important. Today there are some interesting challenges, but for a very long time, Spirit says you will see. And now today, my I am presence tell me I'm going to show you. So I'm just very eager, very happy to be able to be in the presence and to be in the gratitude of receiving this information, this show, this past that is unfolding before me. So we have to choose. To have to understand that it is the end of the old matrix. It is the end of the old matrix, but it's much more important to focus on the new cycle, to be already in the new cycle. That is the cycle of truth, of freedom, of joy and happiness. It is important. We're preparing a shift from the third to the fourth dimension on a physical level. So there is all kind of restructuring within the brain, and it is important to do, if we can, to do like some fasting, they're recommending at least a 16-hour fasting. So if you stop eating at night at 9 o'clock in the evening, not to eat anything till like 1 p.m. in the next day. So that will, to do a dry fast for 16 hours or a little bit more. I wanted to do it, but this morning, but I couldn't. But it's still good to continue to work on improving the quality of our frequency, our physical body, for it is the slowest of all our bodies, and to learn to transfer our consciousness into our astral body. Very soon we'll no longer be limited by the physical, because we'll have this ability to transfer, to realize that we have this astral body that our consciousness can travel through. To continue to repeat yourself, I am my I am presence, and I co-create with the Creator. I am my I am presence, and I co-create with the Creator, to anchor to solidify that relationship and that cooperation with your highest part of yourself, so that things can flow and be at ease. For it is important to choose a life of peace rather than choose a life of war. For some people are living at war, and permanent war, and those that are seeking peace. For it is what world do we choose to live in? For peace and stillness will elevate us, the ability to relax and to stay at peace. There are a great deal of invisible collective, higher civilization in the universe that are more and more getting closer to the earth and trying to find a way to remove all the dark influences, the negative influences, to see what can we create in humanity without the mental, because we receive a lot of thoughts that are not ours, that are just bombarded upon us from negative extraterrestrial technologies, and so that's like constant interference into our creation. But they want to remove that, to see that we can create some amazing things as humanity when we are removed from those dark influences, those negative influences. For everything is serving the expansion of consciousness. For what is consciousness? It is what we are. It is all our memory, our dreams, our physical, our emotional, everything is part of our consciousness. Everything is consciousness. We have the subconscious, which is the forgotten past, and we have the superconscious, which is the unknown future. But eventually, all the past will be known and integrated. We'll no longer have this subconscious. We'll only have the superconscious. And even from a physical, scientific standpoint, it is clear that we know that 90% of the universe is invisible. And what is those 90%? It is consciousness. 90% of the universe is made of consciousness. And there is gravity in consciousness. There is gravity, there's all sorts of gravity. For the law of attraction makes that happen. But everything, understand that your consciousness, to move to the unipolar reality, you here and now, and take the responsibility of you here and now. And so, for we have to expect new level of cooperation within the human world. Did I pull some cards? No, I'm not really sure. I'm going to pull some cards. So, a new level of cooperation within the human realm, but also in the invisible realms. So to continue this co-creation, the past is justice. We want this justice, we want this fairness, we want this equilibrium. The present is listening. We are listening to what the heart says, to the direction of our spirit, to the direction of our intuition. And the future is light. For it is about enlightenment, and we are moving into the light. What we're working on now is the choice, to make the highest choice, to be wise in our choices. And the outcome will be optimism. We're going to move into a sphere of optimism. We're going to find a new sense of joy as we move. We choose the world of peace rather than the world of war. for understanding there is all kinds of dark magicians that are operating within this world in physical matter, and they've chosen the dark side, like in Star Wars. The dark side, it's much easier to go into that. They're renouncing the light, for it is important to make the effort to follow the light, not to go into this surrendering of our power in order to get much easier to fall into the dark. But what they do not realize is that they're creating so much suffering, and the suffering they're created, they're going to harvest in the afterlife. It is in the book, the Divine Comedy of Dante Alighieri. Dante explains, project, express in the early Renaissance already that whatever we create in time, we harvest in eternity. And so there's we want to liberate ourselves from all those dark conditioning and the powers others are trying to use us for their own satisfaction and pleasure, for their own greed and all kinds of things. So we want to be free of that. We want to just create a sphere and move on, and do not fail. There's this sinking ship, and so the sinking ship will continue to sink. It is the old matrix, but to be in the rising sun, to move with the rising sun into this new age, to follow the light, to follow your dreams, to be really tuned in to this optimism and not to allow yourself to be distracted by all those kind of darkness that can be projected into the world. And so it is important to make the effort to follow the light and to transcend time and space. It only takes one moment to transcend time and space and the non-time, a moment of non-time. More and more we're going to be exposed to this possibility of moving into non-time reality, into the great expanse of heaven. So and stay open to share with others. It is important to be authentic and to share your truth. For it's like because to share your truth implies you need to be authentic, and you have to find a way to speak your truth. It is very important not to lie to please others, but also to do it in a way that it does not hurt, that is benign, that is non-hurtful. But it is important to continue to express your truth and your emotion, to find a positive way to express your emotion. Otherwise, there will be blockages that if emotions are not expressed. And so it is about uncovering beauty as we continue to express ourselves. It's very important to continue to express ourselves, to participate in the creation of this new matrix, to choose the heavy rather than to choose the light rather than the heavy. Yeah, it's just like to stay at peace and reduce all the fear, to focus on this monopolar reality and to become an instrument of peace, not of war and chaos, to be an instrument of harmony, to bring harmony. But first we need to find that sense of harmony. Sometimes we are destabilized by the energies around us, but we're learning to recenter, and to more and more we'll be able to stabilize this point of this stillness point, and letting go of resistance and letting go, trusting, because when we need to control, it's because there is fear that needs to control, but things are going to become very uncontrollable, so we may as well learn to flow with the flow. The highest wisdom is the complete symphony. It means there are certain things that we need to complete within our past. We already know what those things we need to let go of the old cycle. And so it's just a matter of continuing to work on that. What we need to understand is the wind of change. For the wind is changing, everything is changing. There is the removal of all kinds of dark interference that will leave us free to create this new reality for ourselves. What we need to do is the exchange of gift. For life is a gift, so we exchange. It's like a deep relationship is a gift. It is something that comes into our life that brings us so much joy, but it's like we have to take life as a gift, and we make this exchange of gifts. And the outcome will be trust. So there's going to be a lot of, we got to trust that things will unfold as they should. For 2021 will be a great opportunity to recreate a new life, to create a new life, to recreate a life of joy, of playfulness, of freedom. And it is very much with the intention of creating perfection, peace and harmony. Even if we're not always completely fulfilled, our intention should be settled on creating this peace and harmony, this perfection of the original model of creation. For it is already exists, as Plato explains. There is already a perfect universe. We already exist on the soul level and outside of the cavern in this eternal, beautiful, total, complete state. It's just a matter of trusting that and being able to bring this energy of the higher self into our consciousness to allow it to become our higher self as much as possible. For I am one with my I am presence, and I co-create with the Creator. A life of ease, a life of grace, a life of creativity, a life of abundance, a life of prosperity, a life of health, a life of sharing, a life of exploration. For there is so much more that God can give us that we can even imagine at this point. So we have to continue to unfold that truth and reality. Just thought I sold my share. If you want a private session, do not hesitate to send me an email. I also wanted to thank you for your donations, for your likes, your sharing, your comments and your subscriptions. I want to sing a song that is it's about the dreams. The dreams must come true. It's also a romantic song that talks about how precious a relationship can be when we meet someone that we totally love, and so that can bring a lot of balance and joy into our life. It's about also how the dreams are meant to come true. It goes like this. Oh, my life is changing every day in every possible way. Oh, my dreams, it's never quite as it seems, never quite as it seems. I know I felt like this before, but now I feel it even more because it came from you. And then I open up and see the person falling here is me, a different way to be. I want more, impossible to ignore, impossible to ignore. And they'll come true, impossible not to do, impossible not to do. And now I tell you openly, you have my heart, so don't hurt me. You're what I couldn't find. A totally amazing mind, so understanding and so kind. You're everything to me. Oh, my life is changing every day in every possible way. And oh, my dreams, it's never quite as it seems, 'cause you're a dream to me, a dream to me. Songs of the Cranberry. I'm going to put one more card, and I wish you a wonderful Sunday. Let us hope this week the card of the day is a card of success, is a card of victory. Victory is a stepping stone. It is something, it says, congratulations, you've done some really good work. It is time to move on to new things, rewards, promotions, or grants. So there is a great deal. This victory is we've been working on it. It's a slow process. So to continue to work towards that, to work in that, to be in that, and to be as much as possible already in the vibration of what you've been asking for. For that will create the bridge for the universe to crystallize it and bring it into your life. I thank you very much. I wish you a good day, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.